I woke up to the roaring sound of engines and the shrill beeping of construction equipment in reverse. Groggy and half-blinded by the morning sun, I stumbled to the window, peeled the curtain back, and was hit square in the face with a sight so absurd my uncaffeinated brain short-circuited. There, smack in the middle of my legally deeded, freshly mowed front yard, stood a dozen brand-new garages. As if Santa's elves had unionized, ditched toys, and started laying concrete overnight, my lawn had become a construction site. Fully built garages. Painted. Numbered. Complete with motion sensor lights. I stood in disbelief for a solid minute, slack-jawed, until fury replaced confusion. And that's when I spotted her, Beatrice Lyman, HOA president, marching around in heels that sank into my fertilized lawn, barking orders at a crew already high-fiving and packing up tools. Still in my pajamas, I bolted outside, coffee mug in hand. Beatrice, what the hell is going on? She turned with a Cheshire cat grin, sunglasses perched high and smugness dripping off her voice. Ah, good morning, Sawyer. You finally woke up. Yes, I'm awake. And there are garages on my lawn. Explain. As stated in last month's HOA newsletter, she said sweetly, this lot has been reassigned as communal parking property. It was all approved per Article 12, Section D. This is my yard. You can't just reassign it. Oh, but we can, she purred, flipping her hair. Lack of response counts as consent. You should check the bulletin board behind the clubhouse. That's behind the dumpster. Still public access, she chirped. Besides, parking solutions raise property values. She strutted off, heels squelching in mud, leaving me clutching my coffee like a weaponized thermos of rage. She thought this was over. She thought she'd won. But Beatrice had no idea who she'd just declared war on. I called Blake best friend, top-tier real estate attorney, and fellow HOA survivor. It's 7 a.m. On a Saturday, he groaned. Worse than death, I snapped. Beatrice turned my yard into a parking lot. A dozen garages. Overnight. He was silent for a beat, then laughed. Hard. I'm serious, Blake. Get over here. Now. He showed up within the hour, coffee in one hand, a thick legal folder in the other. This, he announced, surveying the scene, is the most deranged HOA stunt I've seen. And that's saying something. I flipped through the folder. Illegal how? No notice. No unanimous vote. They built on private land. This is textbook trespass and zoning violation. You're clear to demolish. Cue my call to Max Demolition Foreman, Chaos Junkie, and my not-so-secret weapon. You about to ruin my weekend again? He asked. 12 garages. Built on my lawn. Overnight. I'll grab the crew. An hour later, my yard was an industrial war zone. Bulldozers. Cranes. Even Stacy, explosives expert, with her usual mischievous grin. Explosives, Stacy? Really? Just a few, you know, in case Beatrice chains herself to a garage. Neighbors appeared like moths to drama. Lawn chairs unfolded. Popcorn bags rustled. Someone brought a cooler. And then the shriek. Beatrice came barreling down the street, flailing, phone clutched like a sword. Stop this. Vandalism. HOA property. Max handed her the folder of permits. She scanned them, eyes bulging. Impossible, she hissed. All legal, Blake chimed. This is private land. These structures are legally trash. We're neighbors, Sawyer, she whined. Can't we be civil? You weren't civil when you turned my yard into a mechanic's lot. Fine. I'm calling the city. Enjoy your last moments of freedom. She stormed off. Stacy waved cheerfully. Can I press the button now? Hold the fireworks, Blake muttered. Max revved the bulldozer. Let's make HOA history. With a crunch and a roar, Garage 1 fell. Applause erupted. Phones filmed. Tony from the crew held up a makeshift scorecard, 9.3 for flair. Garage after garage fell. Beatrice returned. This time with 2 fake city inspectors wearing mismatched uniforms and flip-flops. Got a permit for this demolition, one asked. Show ID, Blake said. They fumbled. Sweated. One blurted, we're helping Beatrice, then fled. More laughter. More cheering. Then came the news crew. Tip about illegal demolitions, the reporter said. Care to comment? Sure, I said. They built without consent. I'm reclaiming my land. Behind me, Stacy yelled, Max, use the small charges. This is taking forever. She's kidding, Blake said quickly. Beatrice returned yet again, dressed like she was testifying before Congress. She gave a speech so full of buzzwords. Someone added dramatic music and made it a meme. I stepped in. You built illegally. I'm taking it down. You want court? Fine. Bring it. That night, under floodlights, we worked through Garage 8. Stacy spotted GPS trackers. She's spying, she whispered. Or planning sabotage, Blake added. Then we caught 2 hooded figures sneaking near our equipment. One tripped. We got the video. Karen's nephew, Stacy confirmed. Got the man bun and everything. I rallied the team. We finished tonight. All of them. By 3 a.m., Garage 9 fell. Then 10. Then 11. A police cruiser rolled up. Noise complaint, the officer said. And something about an underground resistance movement? Let me guess, I said. Beatrice. We showed the permits. The cops laughed. Carry on. Just, maybe tone down the crash booms. Don't question poetry, Blake whispered. By sunrise, we stood in front of the final garage. Max grinned from the excavator. Any last words? Yeah, I said. Send my regards to the HOA. Crunch. Collapse. Cheers. Beatrice appeared like clockwork, lips tight, blazer flawless. You'll regret this, she said. I'm suing. Good luck, Blake said, handing her the binder. She flipped it open. Snapped it shut. You don't get to walk away from this, she hissed. You built on someone else's land. Without permission. That's not leadership. That's trespassing. She turned purple, spun on her heel, and left. She sued. Claimed emotional distress and property value loss. Demanded $125,000 and a public apology. In court, she wore a neck brace. Her attorneys presented photos labeled things like the People's Garage. The judge raised an eyebrow. Let me get this straight. You built on land you didn't own without consent. And now you want compensation. That's the essence of our claim, her lawyer replied. The judge chuckled. This might be the most creatively absurd case I've heard all year. Case dismissed. Mr. Thorne, feel free to countersue. Beatrice muttered about media bias as we left. A month later, the HOA met at a reasonable hour. Beatrice was voted out unanimously. Her replacement? A retired firefighter named Hank who promised no pre-dinner meetings, no fake inspectors, and no garages on private lawns. I never rebuilt anything on the lot. Left it green. Peaceful. Just to remind Beatrice every time she drove by. Blake helped me put up a sign, privately owned. No parking. No garages. No nonsense. We hosted a barbecue. The whole neighborhood showed. Even Stacy brought wrecking ball-themed cupcakes. Beatrice's house listed the next week. 12 garages. Up for less than 2 days. Demolished in under 48 hours. But the memory? That would live on forever.